What is up? Welcome back. Do you like to do it, Build It, or Make It?
So do we.
And we have new videos each week. This week, we're reviewing our favorite videos from 2024. I have my top 5 videos.
And I have my top 5 videos.
I haven't seen her 5, and she hasn't seen mine.
I tried to review them with him. He wasn't having it.
I want real reactions, real time, no editing. This is it.
We thought we would talk about our favorite videos. We thought we'd talk about some of those videos that maybe took a little longer than expected. We bit off a little more than we could chew, a little ambitious. And then maybe talk about some of those that, what were our top videos for the year? Like which videos performed the best? And then see what your thoughts are. I'm hoping you'll comment down below and let us know if you want to see more types of videos like those, and we can go from there. Kind of help us plan for 2025.
All right, you want to go first, or am I going first? We're going to start at number 5 and work our way to 1, right?
Oh, okay. All right.
Is that not what you did?
I don't know. I mean, it gets loosey-goosey by the time I get to 5 because there's so many. I really had a hard time narrowing it down.
I did too. I came up with 5 and an honorable mention.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'll just go with my number 5. Okay,
right.
You can go first.
I'll go first.
All right.
So my number 5 is 5 sites for success. This is the video where we went over immigrant.com, whatever it is, 3access.com, SVGnest, makercase.com, and Canva. I use all of those sites all the time.
Yeah.
I hit Canva all day, every day. It just stays open. Makercase, anytime I'm making a box, even if it's something for the shop or whatever, I'm using that.
I agree. I see all of those.
2 times a week. SVGnest, anytime I have a new design, I throw it in SVGnest because I want to save material out back. 3access.com, it's a great place to go get like little things that are already built. You could get a dinosaur, like a 3D model dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. Just designs, other SVG designs.
Or a slide top box.
Making gifts, any kind of thing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Imager is just great for...
Man, we use that all the time. Upscaling images.
Upscaling images, removing backgrounds.
Yep.
Prepping them for engraving.
Yes, I was just going to say, the negatives, doing the negative images so that you can engrave on the clear acrylic or glass. No, clear acrylic.
My number 5, that was my number 5 because I felt like we provided a lot of value.
Well, you did more than me. I mean, I didn't go back to see, I didn't review what it is that we learned for each of them.
Oh. You just did the ones that you liked.
Okay, number 5 would be the laser cut map ornaments.
Oh yeah, those are a good one.
Yeah, laser map maker.
Well, the reason I like that one is because it was a lot simpler than the version that I did using snazzy maps in Illustrator.
He really was dragging his feet on that project.
Yeah.
We saw them. We saw the guys at Next Level Laser Conference, and we were like, "Oh yeah, we'll do another video." And he's like, "No, we've done so many improvements. You know, I really liked. I saw your map video, and I wanted to do something similar. That's part of the reason that we started this whole software." So I was like, "Oh yeah, well we'll definitely try it again." But it took us a couple of months before.
Yeah, well, I had a couple of projects in the hopper before that, and then I didn't want to. I wanted to be able to learn the software.
Right.
I thought it was going to be a lot more
complex. You wanted to do it justice, so
you
wanted to be able to say, "This is what I know about this software. Let me show you how to use it."
Yes, I wanted to be able to do it justice, and then I think you ended up doing it. And
I
you were
did.
Like, oh my God, look how easy this is.
Yes.
Click, clack, clickety, clack. Here's my map.
And I loved it. The ornament turned out beautiful.
It did.
I mean, I can't wait. So what I really want to do is take that now. I haven't had the opportunity to use it further, but I want to do more. And I have some wall art that I really want to do for our house, some personal wall art that I want to do, and another gift that I want to make for my brother. So I want to do more with that. Anyway, that one was my number 5, I guess.
That was a good number 5.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on my list. I'm not going to tell you. All right, let's go to number 4.
Okay.
So my number 4, if I read it correctly. Oh, mine have a lot of numbers in the titles, apparently. This is the testing the 5 TikTok hacks for darker engravings. This is where we put salt, baking soda, ammonia, borax, and ammonium chloride up against each other. The reason that I did this video was mainly for us. We had to do like 500 race medals, and I wasn't going to mask and paint each one, so I needed a dark engrave fast.
It was our own testing that we were doing, and then if we're testing it, we might as well share it with others and show what worked, what didn't, and then see what others, a lot of times we'll do things and say, okay, there are people that we can't do every project, so if you've got more knowledge than we do, share it with us so that we can turn around and test it and make it better.
Yeah, that one actually surprised me because I knew borax worked well. I've seen it done. But I knew that we used ammonium chloride back in the day when we didn't have a laser engraver to make things look laser engraved and to burn the wood and stuff.
Did the wood burning, yes.
So I thought that was going to do gangbusters. I thought I was going to blow the lid off the laser engraving community. But no, it didn't work. Different heat, I guess. I don't know.
So borax ended up being the winner on that, right?
Now you do have to clear coat it immediately.
That is something that we didn't realize.
It's very sooty, but it looks great coming right off the laser. And if you could clear coat it right off the laser, looks great, super easy.
So it wouldn't be good for like a cutting board because you got to eat off of that unless you did some real like epoxy or something. But it is great for epoxy. Other things that you're going to just be handling.
Well, just smaller things. Like it worked beautifully for those metals.
Race metals, yeah. True. All right, well, then what is that? My number 4?
Yeah.
My number 4 was the foils.
Oh, really? The foils?
Yes. So that was hilarious. There was a lot going on with the foils, but I hadn't used them before. So I got a couple that actually came from Helen. If you guys know Helen Butts, she's kind of part of our little
hanger community.
Yes, and she has given us so many different ideas. Like she just things she comes across. It's like, hey, how about you guys do this video? How about you guys do that video?
She's on top of the trends.
Definitely. And so foils was one of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had seen the foils before, but a while before. I kind of forgot about the foils, and then she brought it back up, and I was like, yeah, I totally want to try the foils. And we did a foil project on a round that had the cow print, and it
looks great.
Yes, it looks good, but it's a process. So it's not one of those things. And what we learned is it's not going to be one of those things that I can make and take to the craft shows.
Not repeatable, or you can make money.
Well, yeah, I guess you could. You could really do some cool things, but it takes some patience, and we're trying to pump things out a lot. So it is definitely one of those you've got to put the adhesive on, let it set, and
for hours, right?
Just an hour, about an hour.
Hour's not too bad.
And then you add the foil, and so we did. There was so much more I wanted to do with that. Sometimes we do these projects, and we have to do a project every week, so I got to move on. I don't sometimes get a chance to do more with it, and I can tell you for that one. It was in the fall. I actually was working on some Halloween designs, so I actually put the adhesive promoter, or what the adhesive coating.
The sticky stuff?
Yes, the sticky
fly
stuff.
paper maker?
Yes, on lots of different things. And guess what? I never came back to actually add the foils to it. I had it all set and ready, and I was telling everybody, we're going to do this. And,
don't touch them.
And it got moved from here to the next room to the front room.
Yeah, they were out front for a minute.
Yeah, I think I just tossed them because they are now Halloween designs. So,
well,
but that one was cool. I liked the foils.
That happens to a lot of our projects. A lot of our projects never actually make it out of this room.
All right, that was my number 4.
Oh, that was your number 4?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Number 3. My number 3. Oh, the craft booth checkout counter. Yeah, we're getting into like my favorites. This one was great.
Yeah.
Because we got to use the 4-inch lanes, and I got to cut 1/2-inch plywood, and it went through it like butter.
What I loved about that is to be able to have the space at the craft shows and be able to have, it's 2-tier.
Yeah.
So I have working counter space where I can make bows, or I can be eating my lunch, whatever. It's basically hidden space that's down below, and then a little bit higher is a smaller counter that people can put their sign on. I can have the little what is it? Our little social
QR
media,
code, social media stuff.
Yeah, and the square up there. So I can have their space, and still have working space, because
And
right
then
now,
there was more space. There's a shelf, and then we could still put a foldable wagon underneath
full
it.
wagon under there. Yes,
So
I love that.
It is a great design, but we've never actually used our own checkout counter.
Nope. So after we cut it and we used it and to show in the video, and I was so excited about it, we still had a month before our next craft show. But orders were coming in for the checkout counter, so we went ahead and sent out the one we used in the video.
And I was like, I will make one before our next show. Mm-hmm. Well,
And you did.
I did. I made one before our next show.
You did.
But it was a really rainy weekend, like sloppy raining, like there was a waterfall on our tent rainy kind of weekend, and they called for it, so I didn't want to bring the wooden stuff, because I felt like it would all get waterlogged, so we went with the wire racks and our old table. And then the next week, we got an order for the checkout counter.
And I was
And
like,
I was
we have
like,
one
well, I
just
have
sitting
this
there.
one just cut. Mm-hmm. And we got a whole other month before our next craft show. I'll make another one before the next craft show. So I sent it out, and I made another one before the next craft show. And an order came in, like right before the craft show. And I was like, well, I'll cut another one. It's still a week away. I'll cut another one before the craft show. We'll send this one out. I ran out of time, and I didn't cut one for that craft show. Mm-hmm. And every one I've made since has gone right out the door. I've never made us another one.
So we haven't actually had the pleasure of using it at a show. I mean, wouldn't it have been great for these Christmas shows?
It would have been great
They're
for the
all
Christmas
indoor.
shows.
It would have been so great, but
We could
nope.
decorate it.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you could put the stuff on the
Yeah,
front. Well, that was a good one. I really like that one.
that was a good one. I
And it
enjoyed
just
that
so
one, too.
happens to be my number 3 as well.
What?
It is.
Shut up.
My number 3 is a checkout counter.
That's hilarious.
But what's exciting about that is now, I mean, we will make one for next
Yeah,
year's
I'm
craft show
definitely
season.
making one. Mhm.
But we can now maybe UV print on it or put our logo. We could take
yes.
it to the next level.
Take it to the next level.
I'm still looking forward to being able to use this super cool checkout counter.
Yeah.
But next time.
I'm stoked on it. Well, I guess we'll go to number 2 since
Yeah.
we tied for number 3.
That's funny.
All right. For my number 2, I did the laser engraved pencil guide. This is where we made a jig, we did a print and cut, and then we also read the names and stuff in from a CSV file. We connected
yeah.
Lightburn
That was a fun
to a CSV file.
learning project. So if you haven't seen that, I think it really shows you some cool features of Lightburn that we hadn't ever.
Nope. I
Had
knew
we
about the
ever
print and cut,
you-
but I've never done the CSV file import thing.
Right. I don't think we've ever had the opportunity to use that.
No.
Did you know it existed? I mean,
A patron told me about it and showed me how to do, or just sent me a video about how to do the import. It was a Lightburn video. I was like, oh my God, everybody needs to know this.
Yeah. The pencils are still laying around here. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, Sarah was here the other day and she said she was looking through all these pencils. I don't see my name. I don't see one with my name. I was like, your name is definitely on a pencil. You got a pencil with your name on it. It has a heart next to your name. Grace's had a saxophone. Yours had a heart. And she is still a little salty that she couldn't find her pencil with her name
She
on
can
it.
make her own. We
Yeah.
have the jig
I did. I
and
was
the
like,
CSV file.
That I bought. Sometimes I get overzealous at this. I love school supplies, office supplies. I mean, I love office supplies. So when it was to come time, when we went to purchase the supplies to make the pencil jig, I had
12 different styles of pencil.
Yes.
And then like a gross of each style.
Yes.
She came in pencils deep. We can supply the whole eastern seaboard with
I'm ready for
personalized
next
pencils.
year.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're coming in hot for back to school.
Yeah, too bad our kids aren't like little kids where you can give the whole classroom a pencil with their name on it and stuff like that.
That'd be great.
We don't have that anymore.
Yeah. We have only one left in school. This is her last year.
Yeah.
She'll be going out pencil deep.
It's not her last year. She's a junior. She got one more year, but what are you going to do? Give it to her each of her classes as she switches
Well,
classes?
I meant by the time back to school is
Oh, right.
running
It will
around,
be her
it'll
last
be
year.
her last year.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to use something like 2,400 pencils that year.
That's okay. I still use pencils. I know.
I
I know
too.
I have a pen in my hand, but a lot of times because I want to make a note, and then what if I don't? I like it.
She's got her notebook with her at all times. You see her notes, and my notes are an old script.
His is an old script. This is just the back of something.
Hers is a notebook.
It's always in a notebook. All right. So my number 2. So that was your number 2,
that
right?
That was my number 2.
My number 2, full wrap tumblers.
Oh, the full wrap tumbler.
So-
Making the design or doing the tumbler?
Well, both, because I had the opportunity to try a full wrap tumbler, which I hadn't really done. Tumblers are so popular,
Yeah.
but I haven't had the opportunity to make those for a B2B gift or which is like business to business, like a corporate kind of gift. I hadn't had an order for something like that at the time of making those. And I found a video that showed you how to make your own full wrap design. So I was excited about it, and then I was excited to share it with you guys. And so we just released the Laser Craft Fest video that we did in the fall or summer.
It was like August.
Yeah, I guess late summer. That we did for the Laser Craft Fest. We released that because we kind of ran out of time last week. But that one also showed you how to use Canva and make your own seamless pattern. And I just thought that was a fun project, and anyone could do it. Everyone has access to Canva, and you could do some really cool things. So
And I say it all the time, anytime I talk to anybody who hasn't used Canva or knows what Canva can do. That's why it was my number 5. Canva, do not sleep on Canva.
it's amazing what you can do. As a matter of fact, I was in there.
There was a whole other October drop of tools that I haven't even gotten into yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to do that video.
Yeah.
We need, because those videos do really well for us, and people want to know, and you can boil it right down to the cool things
that
as a crafter
you need
that I
to know.
would, that you would use, that I would use, that you would use. So we should maybe put that on,
Right.
write that down.
Leave us a comment. Would you want to see that video? All the new features of Canva that laser
Seriously,
crafters or
your
crafters
comments
can
help
use?
us create content,
Yeah.
and we have to do this every week, so we're always looking for cool content ideas. But that one was really, really cool and fun. And what I was going to say is I was just in Canva yesterday, I guess, Sunday, looking, because I did a new email signature for us that I had our photo, and I saw somewhere in some of the, one of the Canva ads that said you can do your own email signature. And there's all these templates out there that help you create a super cool email signature.
The templates, all the community templates. I mean, you don't have to start from fresh.
No,
you start from something.
Yeah, right. So you don't have to be super creative, but you can put your own spin on it and make it your own after starting with some sort of a base template that gives you an idea.
Yeah,
Anyway,
gives you
it's
ideas.
cool.
What was
Super
that,
cool.
number 2?
That was my number 2.
All right, so this is number 1.
Our number 1,
All
your
right, so-
number 1 favorite video for the year.
My number 1 favorite video for the year is the AI Christmas ornaments.
Oh, the AI Christmas ornaments, really?
The AI Christmas ornaments. This is where we use ChatGPT to get a prompt that we then put into Midjourney that would give us some funny, sarcastic, dirty,
Very
some of them came
sassy.
out pretty dirty, Christmas ornament designs that we did a print and cut. So then I brought it into Illustrator. I made the print and cut file. But I think the whole process took us like, an hour? From finding the images, making it, cutting it, printing it.
I don't know. Yeah, somewhere in there, because we went down a rabbit hole of
Just laughing
the
at
gingerbread men. Right. He became more and more angry. He had teeth. He went way off script, and we had to bring it back.
We had to bring it. Well, yeah, I was just having fun with that for a minute there.
Yes.
But I was amazed at the type of images that I was getting back from Midjourney, that I was able to almost just use
Yeah.
what they gave me.
Yeah, pretty much you did. I mean, maybe there was some crazy words. Sometimes you have to fix the
some
spelling.
Fixing. I did a little bit of fixing in Photoshop, and then brought it into Illustrator and made a print and cut file.
And I'm using that same. So sometimes you really, as we do videos, we never. I don't know. I wouldn't say never. Sometimes we present ourselves as, I'm the expert. I've done all these things. Let me show you how to do it. And sometimes our videos are, here's something new we want to learn how to do. we've learned a little bit. Let me show you what we've learned, or we're testing it out right here on this video. Let's learn together. That's one of the ones I feel like you knew some, you were able to do some testing, and you learned some things, so we were able to share and pass along. And now if you saw I just did a recent social media post where I was trying to take that concept and use that same method to create some nail art using the UV printer.
Oh, that was just patron stuff. I just gave it to the patrons.
Oh, so only the patrons. You didn't put it on, I thought you put it on our story.
Nope, just that you were going to.
Oh, okay. So I was able to use the same concept and do some more with it. So it's, that's pretty cool. I like that one.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so my number one video for the year, which you already know, which is why you probably didn't put it as yours. We didn't share.
I didn't share.
But you already know what it is, right?
I thought I might know. You want me to guess?
Yes.
It's the AI to do the shoe engraving.
No.
No?
Are you serious? That's what you thought it was?
I thought it was, because the shoes came out great.
The shoes were cool. They were cool. They were really cool. That was... That I just don't know. Sometimes we do things that are way beyond my skill level, and I'm not sure. Even though you showed us how easy it was, I still think that it is a little beyond my skill level.
What, making those shoes?
Yes.
And using the template and everything?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it was easy. They looked great.
Well, that's your honorable mention.
Right. No, that wasn't my honorable mention. I had a different one.
My number one was the hat burning.
Oh, the hat burning.
I love that. Talk about going in deep. I must have bought 20 hats. I have so,
I can
and
see 12
I have
from here.
No, you can't.
You moved
they're
them?
not even in here anymore.
She moved them.
You cannot see them in here. They were in here for a long time. But I really, really thought that's another Helen suggestion.
Oh yeah.
And I really, really, really loved making those hats and making the designs and testing it out. And that's another one of those projects that seemed like it was going to be quick to do, that we always take we just take it to the next level. I mean, we just go way in deep on it.
I don't know why you keep saying we. Now, my idea for that project...
Well, you made the whole hat box. Remember? You made the hat box.
I wanted to do the brim. Here, we're going to do the brim.
Yeah, that's all you wanted to do. Here.
Kim's like, but I think we should take it up the side.
Right. I was like, you can't just do the brim. Look at how cool this is. It's got to go up the side and down the brim, and I need to do it underneath.
Yeah, then
how am I going to turn it
underneath.
over and do the underneath?
Then one of them we had to do on top.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just turned into a whole, let's do a laser engraved wrapped hat. That's how the shoes happened. So I was like, we'll just laser engrave the shoe. And she's like, what do you think? And I was like, right across the toe.
Yep.
Something about RVA. And she's like, what if we laser engraved wrapped the entire shoe?
Yeah.
And I was like, you're going too deep.
Yeah, he goes, oh, we could do something down the side. Ooh, you want to do something down the side? And I was like, like the entire side.
Like the entire side.
And the front. And then he showed, I was like, well, I mean, you got to do the heel. He was like, how am I going to do that? I was like, I don't know, figure it out. I always do that to him.
Yeah.
I don't know, figure it out. Figure it out.
So the hat and the shoes, all the projects are the same. I'm trying to keep them simple.
Right. Because we do it every week, so we have to, and then we've never done that before. We never did hat burning before.
When we only had one pair of shoes.
Well, I went and bought some tester shoes. We had some tester shoes.
But we didn't have any.
But we only had one
for
pair
mistake.
that they gave us to engrave on, like their shoes, because it was they gave us the shoe to engrave on. So we tested in some other shoes, but we couldn't mess up. By the time we did that pair of shoes, we only had one of them. There was no messing that up.
Messing it up. And they came out great, though.
Well, there was a little mess up on that shoe.
What?
We didn't mirror the design.
Oh,
and
that's
when
right.
we flipped it over,
But I don't think
RVA
you'd
is
notice.
written backwards. But hopefully you can't really see that. Most people, I don't think, would notice it, but we know. You know, the artist always knows.
So that was your number one, the
My
hats?
number one was hat burning, yes. I
Okay.
really, really enjoyed that. And, now that it's cold, we did that kind of in the summertime or late summer, and it was warm outside. So that does remind me I need to go get my cool hats and...
You look cute in the hat.
Put them in rotation.
That's
Start
right.
wearing them this winter.
All right, I had an honorable mention.
Okay, well, I mean, I've got like 5 honorable mentions.
My honorable
to be
mention
honest.
was personalized piggy banks. And I like that one because we did
You
it
did
in
really
both
like that one.
Illustrate or both Lightburn and Creative Space. And it was fun to try to figure out how to do it in both applications.
Well, that video did really well for us too.
It did,
When we talk
yeah.
about best videos for the year, that was definitely one of them. That was probably, what did I see? Maybe third or fourth best. So that was a good video and super cool. And I love that you guys share your projects.
Yo, that's that one and the words with the designs and the words and the names.
the layered name.
I love seeing everybody post their designs.
I love
great.
it when we test something or we show you how to do something, and then
you show us what you made.
Yeah. You guys take them and run with them, and then do other things, and then come back and share them with us. We love to see that. Put it on our Facebook group page. Put it in Discord if you're a patron. Put it on the patron page.
Send it to me.
Yeah, email it to us. Just all kinds of things. We see them in different places, and tag us in your own post, things like that. I love when we can inspire you, and then you take a project that we have spent hours working on, and then see that somebody else was like, "Ooh, I can do that," and then turns around and does it. I love that.
Same.
Yeah. All right, my honorable mention.
Yeah, what's your honorable mention?
I mean, can I throw a bunch out? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, one.
Rapid fire.
Social media sign. I love that. It's super functional for me. I use it at the craft shows, and every time I put it together and take it apart, keep it in my bow box, and then I put it together at every show. I love it. I love that it was mirrored acrylic. I love that we mixed the wood and the mirror acrylic, and it holds our brochures, it holds our postcards, it holds our business cards.
It's got the QR codes. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a one-stop shop. Holds the little, did you say it holds the little card scanner?
Nope, I didn't. It holds the Square,
good one.
the Square reader. We use Shopify. It holds our little Shopify card reader. It's great, and I love just being able to point to it. It's all right there, and people can see it. It's not just in a little tiny business card holder.
I like that. People have said stuff about it. Oh, isn't this cute?
Yeah, they like it too. We get a lot of feedback on that when it's up on our craft booth table. Tabletop sign when we did the 10-inch and. Both of them, we did the laser cut version, but the one we actually made when we bought the 2x2 post, and we put the finial on top, and we painted it, distressed it.
We only made that one, and it sold, and I'm sad that it sold.
Me too. I miss it, and
Yeah,
I wish
too.
I hadn't sold it, but somebody was like, who was it? Was it
somebody that came in for one of the classes, the workshops?
No, I think, was she with a business or... Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it was one of the corporate ones from...
I don't remember, but I know when she sold it, I was like, yeah, it's for sale.
Sure.
And so I'm sad to see it gone. But I thought that was really fun. And then the last, I guess, honorable mention would be the lanterns.
The lantern was a good one because I have so many more ideas for the lanterns.
It's another
Some
project.
of these are, I'm sad.
I don't know why we just do a project and only do it once, because we should carry these over. What do you think if we took a project and said, here's how to do it?
Horse?
Yeah, well, and then come back the next week and take it to the next level.
Oh, take it to the next level. Here's a base version. Here's a next level version. Maybe.
I mean, it could go 2 or 3 videos and do
well, I wanted to do some Christmas lanterns. I mean,
interchangeable.
Halloween lanterns.
Kim
we did the
had
lanterns
some ideas for those.
Around 4th of July. I had so many ideas for like Halloween and fall lanterns.
But you guys, that's another one that I could see that you guys took and ran with and did some cool things with, and I really liked seeing that too. You guys made your lantern projects, came back and shared them with us, and that was fun. All right, that is all of my tops. But now, I don't know how long we've been filming here, but let's do a couple more. Top videos for the year. What videos did the best this year? Do you want to know what they are? Because I wrote them down.
Sure.
So these things are things that we talked about are here. Number 1, you want me to go from 5? Number 5?
5.
Number 5, top video performance-wise this year, Xtool Creative Space 2.0.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Man, they came out tough with that 2.0 though.
Yep.
A lot of big changes.
Yep, and sharing that. And that goes right into Well, it doesn't. Actually, the next one would be glass ornaments.
Oh, the glass ornaments. That was trendy.
Super trendy.
And super easy.
Yeah, we try and stay.
Done
If
in
you know of a
minutes.
trendy thing that you keep seeing out there that other people are doing, or you're just seeing it all over Etsy or seeing it all over Pinterest is really what I meant to say, but Etsy's another good one. Let us know, because then we'll test that project out. So glass ornaments. Number 3 was the banks.
Oh, the banks. Yeah, that was a good
you said.
one.
And
That was a
then
good one.
number 2 was the layered names,
Yep.
which you also said.
Another one that I got so many ideas for.
And number 1, 5 sites for success.
Well, that was packed with
All
value.
3 of those were.
Those were mine. Yeah.
Is that why they were on? Did you know?
I didn't go out and look. I did not. I made my list.
So those are the 5 videos that did really well for us this year. And yeah, I mean, they were good. They were pretty good projects. Glass ornaments didn't make it to either of our top 5 list.
I see 2 words on your page.
Right here?
Yeah, and the next one. It was
Okay.
the first time I saw the page, and both of those.
So the next thing I'm going to talk about, just so we don't drag this video on forever, is what video did we do that was just more than what we expected? That took us longer than we had planned, or we got into and it was more involved than we thought it would be, or didn't didn't work. Do you have? You see the 2 I have on my list.
Yep, I see the 2 that you have.
We can start with this one.
We'll start with that one. Powder coating, or
Powder
doing
coat.
doing the laser engraved color filled with the powder coat.
Yes. Well, that video actually had a lot of views. It wasn't in the top 5, but it was up there
I
as
hated
one of the
that video.
most watched videos.
I attempted that video twice.
Then he got mad, and then he made me
a
try
year
it.
later. I did it a year later. And
Oh.
Kim did it a year later.
Yeah,
I
then he
guess.
basically, he started working on it, and then he was like, then you do it, you try it. I was like, just be patient. You just have to dial in the settings is all. You got to dial in the settings. And he was like, no, I'm not dialing in the settings. We did ultimately successfully melt the powder coat. So if you don't know what we're talking about, it's engraving and doing a kind of a deep engrave and filling it with powder coat, like you would powder coat metals or cars.
We have pounds of powder coat sitting around here now.
That's another one where I went in deep.
She
I
went in
bought
deep.
I bought a bunch of colors.
We must have 6 pounds of powder coat.
I was very
sitting around.
excited about powder coating, laser engraving powder coat. But it just was, I guess we got the settings right because we did get it to work.
Yeah, but you have to have absolutely no air.
Yeah.
You have to have like the perfect settings. And it took a while. And you can't move your material. It's got to be in the same exact spot.
And
I don't
different
know.
colors.
There's too many things that could go wrong.
Different colors, use different speed and power tests. Settings.
There was just too many variables. It was too messy. There
And
was
it took
powder
us-
coat in my X tool.
Yeah.
There was powder coat in the
S1.
S1. There was powder coat everywhere. There was powder coat on me. And it was green too. The stuff that I was testing was green powder coat.
No, white. We did some green, some white. White is really where I did all of my testing.
The green is what was coming off me in the shower.
Yeah. That one took us, days, and it took us at least 3 full days. I'm talking 8 hours at a time. So what is that? 24 hours minimum.
With a notebook.
Testing,
Notebooks of notes.
testing. Dialing the settings in, dialing them in, dialing it in, change the power, changing the speed, changing the color. It was just test after test after test.
Now, I give it to Kim because I wanted to give up day 1.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted to give up day 2.
Uh-huh.
And then day 3, I was
was
telling
not
her she was
involved.
just insane.
He was not involved. He left.
then-
He left and did other things. He's like, I don't have time to sit here and watch.
Then she brought me a success. And I was like, well, good for you.
That one was our most challenging project for the year, I would say.
Yes, definitely most challenging. To get it right, to be able to show other people. That was so challenging.
And then second one, what was the other one that wasn't really. I don't. Did it? It never
made
became.
it.
It never became
made
a
it
video.
to be in a video.
Never became a video. But if you follow our social media, you
gave you
had to have
clips.
seen some clips of us working on the birdcage.
The giant birdcage.
This is for a band prop. So every year parents, they make a prop for the theme of the band performance, and they ask for parent volunteers to make the prop for the year.
Kim loves to volunteer. Loves. The first one with their hand up.
Well, I told him, this is what we do. If anyone's
I said
going
I
to
don't
volunteer.
make giant bird cages.
Well, at the time, you didn't even know it was a bird cage. I just said, we should volunteer to make the prop. This is what we do for a day job. We have the flexibility. We have the workshop. We have the tools. We should volunteer.
We can rebuild him. Steve Austin.
We should volunteer to make the band prop. And then we found out it was going to be the bird cage, and Garrett's like, I got this.
I got this.
Yep, I can do
cool.
this. And then, so we had 2 months or more. We had time. We had time before the bird cage was needed. And then guess what? Summer goes by, events. We had been to Next Level Laser Conference. We just had all these things going on in summertime. And then poof, it's time. Now is the time. We
And
need
then I
to
was
get
like,
this.
okay, all right. I got this. What are your requirements? And he goes, it needs to be 8 foot round, 12 foot tall.
It just,
I would like it if a band member or something could be in there while we push it around the field.
Yes.
I was like, wait, so it needs wheels too?
Yes.
Yeah, if a baton twirler could be in there where we're pushing it,
Yes.
that would be great. And I was like,
We need
8
to
foot
move it
round,
across
12
the
foot
field.
tall that moves across the field. And then he goes, and it needs to be able to break down so it'll fit in the trailer.
Therein
We have a
lies
6
the
foot by
biggest
10
challenge.
foot trailer, so it's got to be able to fit in there with the drums and stuff.
We want to break it down and build it back up every time.
So I have half of the room of the trailer, and then it needs to be 12 foot tall, 8 foot round, and roll on wheels with somebody standing in it.
But we did it. So hopefully you can pop that up.
Yeah, I'll
while
try
we're-
to pop some stuff in it. But we learned a lot. We learned a lot of stuff.
What the cool thing we had never done before that we learned that I don't know where we'll use it again, but
I'm gonna use it for
someday
something.
at some point, we learned that you could fill PVC with hot sand and make it flexible and
Make it
bend
any shape you want without it collapsing or bending in the middle.
Yes, when we first just tried to heat it with a heat gun, it just folded, and that is not what we needed. We needed a beautiful arch for the top of
Like
the
a
bird
birdcage.
cage. Yes, and so we learned that you can fill it with hot sand, bake the sand in the oven 450 like 20 minutes or something.
20 minutes.
And then we poured it into the tube,
And
and
it becomes floppy.
instantly, like it just starts heating the tube up, the entire tube, and then you can put it in any shape you want, and then you just
So we
pour
would
it
bend
out.
it around a template, and we had what was it, eight perfect little
arches.
toppers.
Yeah, arches to come and make that top. So
And we even got the 8 foot base to break down and fit inside the thing with
so
wheels on it.
that's
And it was
another-
able to roll across a football field.
talking about challenging, that's where Garrett was like, I can't break it down. It's not gonna. I mean, I can get to roll, but it's not gonna break down. I said, well, that's the requirement, and we agreed to do it. So figure it out. I do this to him all the time, and he's like, can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't be done.
Can't be done. And I was like, well, it has to be done. So here's the secret. I go in there and I'm like, here's how I'm going to do it. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work.
But this will.
Then he comes up with his own, with a good design. You just got to play the game. You ladies know what I'm talking about. You guys.
Well, we're about out of time. So if you're not going to join us for the Patreon after show, we will see you next year where we'll do it, build it, and make it again. And a big thanks to all of our patrons. We love you guys. You have been such a great support this year. We can't tell you how much you mean to us.
Yes. And I
mean,
love all the interaction.
the community.
It's the community.
Yes, the best. You guys, the hangers. I love you, hangers. Have a happy holiday. We will see you in the new year. And I don't know, I can't say enough. I love you guys. Have a great year.